Hello and welcome to my September reselling income report, where I share what has been selling well for me on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. For the month of September, I did very minimal work in my reselling business again. I know I promised myself and said that I would be ramping up for the month of September, but honestly I had a lot of events coming up and I didn't have the time. So I listed the same amount as last month, but for some reason, well, not for some reason, I know why, and I will be sharing those reasons with you. But I had some of the highest sales I've ever had. I had the largest bundle sale that I've ever had. I forget how many pieces were in the bundle, but it was a pretty large bundle, so we'll be talking about that. I ended up sending the lady who bought the bundle a wrong item, so I'm going to talk about how I tried to solve that problem. And I also had the largest sales month overall, so I'm excited to talk about all of that with you. We'll be breaking down the best-selling brands, the categories, the fast sales, the slow sales, things that I should have left behind at the thrift store, and all of that good stuff. And at the end of the video, I will also be sharing with you some of the things that I think made my sales go up, even though I wasn't listing as much. If you like this type of content and you find it helpful in any way, be sure to support my channel by giving me a thumbs up down below. And don't forget to subscribe so that you're notified when I make more videos like this one. We are going to start off with 5 high profit sales. In the past, I would do the 5 top sales in terms of the actual sale number, but this time around I'm going to be focusing more on the actual profit, just because I feel like that will be more helpful to you. Along the way, I will be breaking down like what the actual fees were, what I paid, and at the end of it all, how much did I actually keep. Also, for the month of September, a lot of the items that sold were things from around my home. I went through and decluttered my closets and rooms and sold some things that we weren't longer using. So a lot of these items are going to be showing up on the sales that I'm going to be talking about, because they are going to be high profit since I paid nothing for them since I got them from around my home. So that's another reason why I wanted to focus more on profit this month instead of overall sale. Starting off with a bang, the first high profit sale was this Patricia Nash floral print leather tote. I initially listed this bag at $150 and it ended up selling on Mercari for $111. I'd never heard of Patricia Nash, the brand. I'd never come across it in the thrift store either. I was actually gifted this bag by Kaylee Elaine. She is a reseller and she makes YouTube videos as well. I will be linking her channel down in my description, so make sure to go check out her channel. I love her channel. I've learned a lot from her. One day she was doing a giveaway on one of her thrift hauls. I commented on that video and I was so surprised one day when I got a notification saying that I was the winner of the bag. I don't really use large tote bags like this myself. I opt more for smaller bags, so I decided to list the bag. It ended up selling in 13 days. And since I didn't pay anything for the bag after fees and everything, my total profit was $96.38. Moving along, the second high profit sale was this pair of parrots that I got from around my home. They were just in my shed for a while. My mom came over with a lot of stuff from a restaurant that she used to have. She closed it down, so she brought all that stuff to me here. We had a garage sale one day and that was just leftover stuff. So I decided to list them, and even with a few flaws, they ended up selling on Mercari for $44. After fees and everything, I kept $35.20 and they sold in 17 days. Next on the list is this Anne Klein watch. It sold on Poshmark for $40. This I got free as a gift and I wore it sometimes, but I didn't find myself reaching for it often just because I like more subtle things. This was like a little bit too flashy, so that's why I decided to list it, and it sold within 3 days. And since I got it for free, my final profit was $29.54. Number 4 is this Joie, if that's how you say it, Molly navy blue 100% silk dress. I listed this dress for $50 and it ended up selling on Poshmark for $35. This did have like a missing button, or the button wouldn't snap correctly, so I did note that in the description. I think that's why it was hard to sell. We are moving into fall, so I was happy to let that go for $35. Final high profit item is this 7 for All Mankind high waist bootcut jeans. They sold on Poshmark for $35. I originally had listed these for $42, so that wasn't far off for what I was aiming for. These did take a little longer than 7 for All Mankind usually do. They took a total of 65 days, so that was over 2 months, but it is still not that bad. I paid $4.21 for these pair of jeans at the thrift store. That's at an average cost of goods, and so my final profit was $23.79. Let's talk about some of the items that made me the least amount of money for the month of September. The first one on the list is this pair of shorts by Art Class. These are kids. They were like this distressed green type shorts. They were cargos for boys, and these were my son's. When I went around and decluttered my home, this is one of the pieces that I decided to list. They sold on Poshmark for $8. I obviously paid nothing for them, so the profit was $3.55, and they sold within 10 days. A lot of the times I get messages and emails by people asking about them. You know, they go around declutter their house and they ask, is this stuff okay to list? Anything is okay to list, especially if you're just getting started, as long as the item is in great condition. These shorts were from Target and they still sold. The profit is not that much, $3.55. But if you're just getting started, that's a great way to start practicing how to package and ship items and listing faster, learning about keywords. List anything you have and use it as practice for later down the road when you actually go sourcing. So I am not mad at that sale, $3.55. I wouldn't have got if I sold those, say, at a garage sale or something. The second low profit sale is this Torrid hoop and stud gold earring sets. I listed these for $19. They ended up selling for $15 because they sold in a bundle. These earrings sold in 5 days, so it was a quick sale, and also I had multiple of these, so it was easy to just make it quantity of 2. I've been dabbling a little bit in like retail online arbitrage, buying things from Torrid at the clearance section and reselling them online. Some of the items have done really well for me, but others haven't brought in as much profit. I like these earrings because they were kind of like filler items just to get me to a threshold of $50 where I get Torrid cash back, which then I can use on other items. It's kind of a little bit all over the place. As I learn more about all this online retail arbitrage space, I may make a separate video to explain all of this to you, but yeah, so these earrings at an average cost of goods, I paid $7.64. That means my final profit for the earrings were $4.88. But as I said, there were filler items, they were small, and I probably paid a lot less than $7.64. That's just the average cost of goods for that order. The third item that we're going to talk about is this J. Jill Supima Cotton regular old t-shirt. I shouldn't have picked this up. It was so plain. I listed it for $24, ended up selling for $15 after fees, shipping, and everything. My final profit was $4.88. But I think this is one of those shirts where it shows an example of when averaging your cost of goods can skew your numbers a little bit, because it appears as I only made $4.88 on this shirt, but more than likely this may have been like a dollar item, and because of the average cost of goods, it looks like I paid more than $4. But even if I paid $1, it still wouldn't have brought in that much money, so I need to be careful with these plain little t-shirts and focus on things that have more substantial traits going for it. The next low profit item is this pair of Torrid fur strap slide sandals. This was part of the Torrid orders I've been doing online. I listed them for $25 and they sold for $21. I think someone sent me that offer. I thought it was extremely reasonable, so I took it. I paid $11.80 for these sandals, and so my final profit was $5. So yeah, I need to work on, doing a little more research and calculating how much these Torrid items are actually going to sell for before buying them. But I guess it's all going to take me a little while to learn as I move into this online sourcing space. Okay, the final low profit sale that we're going to talk about is this Lane Bryant sheer floral lace corset blouse. I listed it for $24 and it sold on eBay for $10. Now I am really getting tired of picking up Lane Bryant stuff. Between Lane Bryant and Torrid, I'd rather pick up Torrid over and over again. Their blouses, their dresses, their tops, their jeans, all of it sells. But when it comes to Lane Bryant, dresses are hard to sell, tops are hard to sell, and the jeans, those are the only ones that I will pick up, because if they're like in trendy styles, those do sell. But other than that, these blouses and the dresses, I really need to start being extra careful and only pick it up when it's maybe like outerwear or something that has a lot of value, because these blouses are sitting forever and they're selling for low amounts. This one I paid $4.11 at an average cost of goods. And so my final profit was $6 after all the fees and everything. But okay, let's move on to some good news. We're going to talk about 5 fast sales. The first one up is this Call of Duty Black Ops PlayStation 5 game. This sold on eBay for $39.20, and that includes what they paid for shipping and everything. But after fees and everything, I profited $30.72, and that is because I paid nothing for this item. It was just a game that no one played around the house, so I listed it. So I really do recommend that you go around your home, declutter everything, and list, especially if you don't have time to go sourcing, which was the case for me. I haven't been sourcing in a while, and yeah, I've still been listing at least somewhat. The second fast selling sale is this pair of shoes by Kenneth Cole. They were white, leathered, embroidered, floral. They were so beautiful, and I think they would have sold for a lot more had they been in better condition. That day I just thought they were beautiful. I knew that I could clean them up, but I didn't notice that they had too many scuffs and too much of the leather kind of peeling off. I noted all of that in the description, and they ended up selling for $21 on Poshmark. I'd originally listed them for $30. I paid $5.88 at an average cost of goods that day. And so my final profit was $9.42, which is not a lot. Like I said, had they been in better condition, that would have been a lot more profit there. The third fast sale is these Cole free range cargo outdoor shorts for women. I listed them for $37 and they sold for $27 on Poshmark. I paid $5.88 at an average cost of goods, and my profit was $15.72. These sold within 2 days, so that kind of profit in that amount of time is a great sale for me. And the fourth sale is this pair of platform slip-on chunky thong sandals. I listed them for $32. They sold for $24 on Poshmark. I paid $4.10. Profit was $15.10. They sold in 2 days, and just like the last sale, a $15 profit in a couple of days. I am good with that. Final sale we'll talk about that sold pretty quickly is this shirt, Rag & Bone Python print button-down shirt. I listed it for $45 and it sold for $25 on Poshmark. Normally I like to list $10 over what I want. So if I listed the shirt for $45, more than likely I was expecting to get $34 to $35, but it sold for $25. I accepted that sale because it was a quick sale and I didn't know if I would get the $35 that I was seeking for, so I just took it just to have a fast sale. Now let's talk about some of the items that took way too long to sell. The first one is this jacket. It's by a brand called Sugar Lips. It was ruffled. It was called a bomber zip jacket. I listed it for $27 and it sold for $25. I paid $5 for it. My final profit for this jacket was $13.50. But here's the bad part. It was listed 306 days. So that was the bad part about it. I listed it since last fall, last year, and it never sold. Thank God it sold in this bundle that I was talking about. This lady bought a total of 9 items from my closet, and the total price was $225. After the Poshmark fees, I kept earnings of $180. So this jacket was in this bundle, and when I average out this bundle, it's like she paid $25 per item. Same thing with the next item. This pair of Keds Glimmer Silver slip-on shoes. I listed them for $25. They sold for $25. I paid $3.50 for them, and so my final profit was $15. So all of that is not bad, but the days listed, it was 226 days. These type of Keds don't sell. They take way too long, so I won't be picking them up again. But the good thing about them is that they sold again in that same bundle with that lady, so she paid $25 for them. Had it not been that she added them in that bundle, I would have sold these for a lot less, and my profit would have been a lot less. Now, since we're here in this bundle, let me just talk to you about a little bit about what happened when I put in the wrong item. So this lady originally added these red Fabletics leggings to her bundle, but I ended up putting these Athleta leggings instead. And I didn't realize until someone bought the Athleta leggings on eBay, but all I had was the Fabletic one. So that's when I realized my mistake. So to fix the situation, what I did was I canceled the eBay order because I didn't have the Athleta leggings to send to them, and I packaged the Athleta leggings using pirate ship because you can get cheap rates to ship with that site, and I shipped them to the lady for free. I sent her a note. I said I was sorry, and I also messaged her on Poshmark telling her I just realized I sent you the wrong leggings in that large bundle you bought for me, and so I sent the new ones or the right ones for free, and you can keep the other ones. So that made me lose a little bit of money there, doing all that extra stuff, canceling the order, sending her the other ones for free and all of that. But it just didn't weigh good on my conscience to not do that and to just let her keep the wrong ones, even though she never said anything about it. So that's how I fixed that situation. But now we're on the third slow sale, and that's these pair of Lucky Brand black suede Folly booties. I listed them for $40, and they ended up selling on Poshmark for $25. I paid $7 for these boots, and so my final profit was $13. And they took 141 days to sell. I think they took so long because I listed them way too high. I listed them at $40. They sold at $25. So maybe if I would have listed them a little bit lower to start with, they could have sold a little bit faster. But I think I just listed so high because my cost of goods was so high, so I was just trying to make up for it. Moving along, the fourth slow sale was these Clark bendable slip-on leather clog mules. I listed them for $32, and that is because most of the time I expect to get $22 for Clarks, and so I always list about $10 over. But these ended up selling for $15. I paid $4 for them, so my final profit was $8. They were listed for 140 days, so too much time, too little profit. But they were bundled with the pair of earrings that sold for $15, and that was a good profit there. The final slow sale is not that bad. It's these boots by Anne Michelle. They were studded, they were pointy, they had like sequins and so many cool designs. I really like them, but I think I just listed them at the wrong season. It was like the middle of summer. So these I listed for $29, and they sold for $22 in a bundle. I paid $3 for them, so my profit was $14.60. They took a total of 138 days to sell, but again, it was just the wrong season, and now that we're going into fall, all of these boots that were sitting are starting to sell. Before we move on to the final month sales numbers, let's talk a little bit about the top selling categories. The first one this month is shoes. I've been selling a lot of shoes. A lot of them are the booties that have been sitting in my closet for a while. I actually need to start going to replenish those. Some of them are the sandals. I'm starting to clearance all those kind of things, the sandals and summer stuff. Anytime that someone likes it, I send out my bestest offer that I can, just so that I can make room in my closet to start, adding the outerwear, and all that stuff takes up more room than the summer stuff. So I'm just trying to clearance all that out. It is some sandals, but mostly boots. The second best-selling category for me this month had to be tops. I'm selling a lot of long sleeve tops, button downs, plaids. I'm looking also when sourcing for tops that have like warmer colors, the oranges, the reds, the greens, things that correlate with fall and eventually with Christmas and holiday. So I am also clearancing out any blouses, any workout tank tops, all those things. I'm sending out my best offers to get rid of all that stuff, and I'm starting to focus on more long sleeves, thermals, cardigans, those type of things. The next best-selling category was jeans. So this was really a mix. I was trying to find something, like a trend or what was it that was selling, but it really was a mix of a lot of skinny jeans, even toothpick skinny jeans, those super ones that are like, tight to your leg. Those were selling. A lot of boot cut though, I can say that. The Western type, thick stitching, that never goes out of style. And aside from those three top categories, the rest of it just had to be random things from around my home. Games, game boards, books, watches, purses, those kinds of things. And shorts and skirts have really slowed down. I still have some listed in my closet, but the sale of those have really been slowing down. So from here forward, as I said, I'm focusing on clearing out all of that summer stuff, focusing on the fall and winter stuff, and relisting those old fall and winter items so that they get a fresh start. But now let's get into the total sales numbers. The total sales for the month of September, $2,918. The earnings after eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari take their cut was $2,251. I paid a total of $513 for the items that I sold this month. And so my profit after everything was $1,737. That is the most that I've ever made in profit and earnings and total sales and all of that. And I'll tell you why I think in a moment, but let's break it down by platform. On Poshmark, I sold a total of $1,810. On eBay, I sold a total of $608. eBay has really been treating me good lately. I've been having a lot more sales than I used to have, and it's really been picking up a lot. On Mercari, the sales was $500, so I also had a good month on Mercari. I sold a lot more than usual. In the month of September, I only listed 76 items, which is the same as last month, as I've been saying. So it's like I listed 2 or 3 items a day. My average cost of goods this month was $4.59. No change there, nothing to note. The total items sold for the month of September was 115, and that is the most items that I've sold in a single month, which is amazing. The average sales was 3 to 4 a day. I said in the past that I want to get this number to 4 to 5 sales a day. So the fact that it's at 3 to 4, I am good with that. Hopefully next month I can report to you that it is 4 to 5 sales a day. My average sales price for the month of September was $25.83, which I am so happy about. I've always wanted my average sale price to be at about $25. So I've hit it now. Now I'm going to work to a solid $26 to $27. Going to aim to have most of my sales be in that price range, because then that means more profit for me. One of the things that I attribute to the high sales month is that I relisted a lot. I relisted a lot of my items on Poshmark and Mercari at the beginning of the month. I would scroll all the way to the bottom of my closet, find the oldest items, and especially if these items were summer items, I was relisting these items. I was adding new keywords here and there. I was adjusting the pricing, and I was trying to get these items to move before summer ended. So I did that a lot on Poshmark and Mercari. On eBay, your listings are good for 30 days. After those 30 days, if your listing did not sell, then it's going to go ahead and renew it for you automatically for another 30 days. Now, instead of letting all these items renew themselves, what I would do is go and delete them from eBay and relist them as fresh items, and do the same thing that I did on Poshmark and Mercari. Add new keywords here and there, add new cover photos, change the categories, just do things to make it look like a fresh new listing, adjust the pricing, and all of those things. Another thing that I did on the daily at the beginning of the month was that I reduced the prices often. So on Poshmark and on Mercari, I would go in and reduce the prices of my items on the daily. I would send out offers every day. Anytime I would get a like, I would send out an offer as soon as I could. It also helped that I found a lot of things from around my home that I could sell that was pure profit and that kept me listing even though I wasn't outsourcing. And the last thing that I think contributed to a high sales month was probably that big bundle that I got that was over $200, so that was a large chunk of it. But I think the number one thing was just that I was relisting a lot, and that on eBay, instead of letting listings end on their own, I was ending them myself and listing them as fresh listings. I think that was one of the things that contributed the most, because eBay sales numbers for the month of September jumped up significantly. For this current month we're in, the month of October, I don't think I'm going to be doing that much sourcing at thrift stores just yet. I have 2 boxes that I just got in from Jamar. That video is coming soon. I think right after this one I'm going to record that unboxing. But I have 2 boxes full of Jamar stuff. I have many bags that people have given me free things. I still have stuff from around my house to list. I still have Torrid online retail arbitrage orders coming in. So that's where most of my focus is going to be, on finding new ways of sourcing instead of just going to the thrift store. Although I am in need of a lot of outerwear and sweaters, so I may make a trip just for that. But that's my focus going forward, and I will be sharing and making videos of all these new sourcing ways as I learn more about them, so make sure to stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Let me know, what are you on the hunt for right now so that you can put up for sale on your closet? Are you looking for booties, outerwear, cardigans, jeans? What are you looking for right now? What is on your BOLO list? And that's all for me today. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.